Hey everybody, this is Miss Gloria with Our Lifestyle. Today I want to talk about nurses, mean nurses. And I would like to do a disclaimer. Here's the disclaimer. Not all nurses are mean. Not all anything is anything. Everything is a generalization. Just like you got some good nurses, you got some not so great nurses. So in 82, I had a baby. And of course, she's now 42, but that's not the point. The point to this story is, my God, I was only 20 years old. Why was she so mean to me? It was a nurse, and it was a private hospital. Why was she so mean to me? I have absolutely no idea. I was in labor for God knows how long. It was my first baby. She wound up being 9 pounds. And so it's like, well, why were you so mean to me, nurse? Why were you so mean to me? First of all, they're trying to make, I'm in labor and I'm not dilating, and if men are looking at this, that means that the baby can't come out because the body is not working. And so I'm like, oh my God. And one of the nurses say, well, y'all know what you're screaming and hollering for. You should have known. And if you didn't want to have this baby, you shouldn't have, they told me I shouldn't have, whatever. And I was a married woman with getting ready to have a baby. And I guess it didn't matter whether you were married or not. That nurse said, if you didn't want to have a baby, you shouldn't have, blah, 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 blah. So fill that in. She told me that. I should have known it was going to go downhill from there. Next thing I know, it's time for the baby to come out. It's not happening. So they decided to rush me in for a C-section. So I had a C-section. Back in the day, when you had a C-section, you didn't get up for 5 days. You didn't walk for 5 days because they had it from top to bottom. They didn't do these cute little C-sections that's like 4 or 5 inches. And then it heals up and you up the next day and out the door day 2. Or even the same day. It's like probably having a baby right now is probably an outpatient service kind of situation whereby you just come in, check in, have the baby, and go the same day. I don't know what's going on now, but back then, 1982, C-section, 5 days, you in the bed. I felt like I got hit by a truck. Well, the next thing I know, the nurse comes in and she says, get out of the bed. And I'm like, oh my God, what about good morning, how you doing? She said, get up, get out of the bed. I was like, oh my God, I can't. And I'm 20 years old and I'm crying, holding my stomach, trying to sit up. It's horrible. That was a up-down incision, and so I couldn't get up. And so she was, I will never forget that. And that's my first child. It's amazing. I went and had 3 more after that, but I never went back to the hospital. That was a religious hospital, and it was a private hospital. It wasn't it wasn't a city hospital like my other two, with the other 2 I had. So oh my God, why are you going to be a nurse and go into that field and then treat people unkindly? So that's my point to this video. If you are a nurse and you don't really care for people, you really need to consider doing something different. Karma is a crap. You ain't gonna get nothing back good for doing something like that to people. You find people at their lowest, you're at your lowest when you're in pain and you don't have anybody there to have your back. You can't help yourself and you're just at your lowest. You need empathy. In case you're a nurse and you don't know this, people need empathy, they need kindness, and they need help. Now, my sister's a nurse. I'm really proud of her. She's amazing and awesome. She's a young lady. She's young enough to be my daughter. She is out of this world, perfect, just amazing nurse. I could have been a nurse, but I'm a business person. I have a business mind. Also, I'm an empath. If I was a nurse, I'd be crying all the time. I'd be having headaches and body pains because I'd be feeling what my patients are feeling. I wouldn't be able to be objective. I'm too sensitive to be a nurse. But nursing would have been something that I would have been really great at, I believe. I could have been good. Well, that's not true because, like I said, I'm just way too soft. I remember I tried to get a job as a nurse's assistant, like as a home attendant. And I started one day and I quit that same day. And I never quit a job. I used to work at a hair bow factory. I never quit my job. They let me go because I couldn't stop crying, because my mother had just passed away and I was trying to work and it was getting in the way of work. And they were very kind. They let me go because you need to take some time off and get yourself together, because my mom had lost her life, so I couldn't stop crying, so they let me go. So I don't quit jobs. But that job, I tried to take care of a woman. I really tried to help her. And it was just a disaster. I think I was more harmed than helpful, because it was too much feelings involved with what I was doing, and it was just getting in the way of really helping this woman. So yeah, that's me. If you're gonna be a nurse, be kind, have empathy. If you're not gonna be able to do that, don't do it for the money. because I know it's really good money, but don't do that. Or if you're going to be a nurse and sit at the desk and do charts or check people in and check people out, don't do that. Don't hurt people. Look at me. I'm in my freaking 60s and I'm sitting up here talking about something that happened to me when I was 20 years old. That person most likely not around if I'm in my 60s and they were adults and I was a child. So, I mean, I forgave that lady, but that was really harmful. So anyway, this is Miss Gloria. And I didn't mean to bring anybody down. I was just, reminiscing over the good bad old days about, if you're going to be a nurse, don't do that. And yeah, if you would like, comment, subscribe, because I got 100 more of these stories. When you're in your 60s, you have a life that you've lived, and you got a lot of stuff to share and a lot of things that can help other people as well. And that's what I want to do. I want to share and help and share. This is Miss Gloria with Our Lifestyle. Come back. I want to see you again, okay?